hope things are better than excellent. Okay, now tell me, he lived in Maldives for 10 years. He has lived in Maldives for 10 years. Is there a difference between these two sentences, or do they mean the same? Look at them once again. He lived in Maldives for 10 years. He has lived in Maldives for 10 years. Do you find any difference between these two sentences? Yes, you're right. Brilliant. There is a difference. The first sentence, he lived in Maldives for 10 years, it means long time back, or maybe 10 years before, or maybe 5 years before. In the past, he lived there for 10 years. But the second sentence, that is, he has lived in Maldives for 10 years, has lived. This makes a difference. This sentence means he started living in Maldives 10 years ago and he is still living there. That's the difference. First sentence means he lived in Maldives for 10 years in the past. There is no connection with the past with the present. But in the second sentence, there is a connection. He started living in the past and still he is living there. That is, he has lived in Maldives for 10 years. This sentence, second sentence, is in present perfect tense, which you have already read. Most of the time, students get confused between simple past and present perfect tense. The reason is, in both these tenses, the event had started in the past. The action had started in the past. But in simple past, there is no connection of that action with the present. But in the present perfect tense, there is a connection. Present perfect tense, if you remember it, I told you that it acts like a bridge between past and present. We have already learned present perfect tense, and today we are going to learn simple past tense so that you won't have any kind of confusion between simple past and present perfect tense. In this video, we are going to learn about simple past tense. So let's get going. Welcome back to my channel NK Academy. I'm Nandini, and today we are going to learn about simple past tense. This is the most commonly used tense because we use it to talk about everything that happened in the past. Whether it is recent past or the distant past, we use simple past tense. In this video, I'm going to discuss what is simple past, when do we use it, what is the structure of sentences in simple past, regular and irregular verbs, then positive sentences, negative sentences, questions, WH questions, and as is the practice, at the end of the video lesson, you are going to take a test. And the answers, as you know, will be provided in the description section. So you can check your answers from the answer key, which will be in the description section. Okay, so now first see what is simple past tense. The simple past tense is used to talk about a completed action in a time before now. Okay, something that happened before now. This is now, and something which has happened before now is supposed to be in the simple past tense. And simple past is the basic form of past tense. The time of action can be in the recent past or the distant past. And action duration is not important. The action starts in the past and it ends in the past. Okay, so see some examples. I went to Switzerland in 2019. They completed the work. He swam across the English Channel. Here we have subject plus past form of the verb, past form of the main verb. At this point of time, let me tell you about regular and irregular verbs. All verbs have a base form or the infinitive form, like play, walk, run, take, teach, study. So these are all the basic forms and they are all in the present form. But when we use them in the past tense, their forms change. Depending upon their past form and past participle form, they are termed as regular verbs or irregular verbs. Knowing about them is necessary. We can't learn them by heart because they are too many, but repeated use will help you in internalizing them, and you will be an expert in identifying which are the regular verbs and which are irregular verbs. Now let's see what are regular verbs. Regular verbs in English create the past simple and past participle form by adding ed to the base form. Okay, they are very simple. You just add ed to the base form and you have it. You have the past simple form and the past participle form. For example, you can just see the base form, past simple and past participle. Arrive, arrived, arrived. So the base form is arrive and we are only adding ed to form past form and the past participle form. Call, called, called. Wait, waited, waited. Okay? If the verb ends in a consonant and y, we change the y to I and add ed. For example, base form is marry. So y is there at the end, and before y there is a consonant. Which is a consonant there? R. I hope you know what are vowels and consonants. A, E, I, O, U, they are vowels, and all the letters other than vowels are consonants. Okay, so here R is the consonant and the word is ending with Y. So when you form the past simple form, what do? You change Y and then you add IED. Married, marry, married. And what is the past participle form? Married. Study, the word is ending with Y and there is a consonant before Y. And what is that consonant? D. So how will you change it? You will remove Y and you will add IED. Studied. Past participle will be studied. Now let's move on to see what are irregular verbs. The list of irregular verbs in English is too long. We cannot learn them by heart. Our brain cannot accommodate so many at a time. So what is the easy way to know the irregular verbs is just keep looking at them, keep listening to them, speak out, and then you will internalize them as I told you. We can divide them into 4 types. We can divide the irregular verbs into 4 types. First one, verbs which have the same base form, past simple and past participle. What does it mean? All the 3 forms are same. So easy. Now, second, verbs which have the same past simple and past participle form. Third one, verbs which have the same base form and past participle form. Past form will be different, but base form and the past participle form will be same. Verbs which have different base form, past simple and past participle form. Nothing is similar, all are different. A good way to learn irregular verb is to study them in these groups, because as they are similar, they are easier to remember. Here are the most common irregular verbs in these groups. Group 1, base form, then past simple form and past participle form. First one, let's see. Cost, cost, cost. All three forms are same. So easy. Cut, cut, cut. There is no past tense like cutted. I heard many people say cutted. I cutted the tree. Wrong. Base form is cut, past form is cut, and past participle form is cut. Then hurt, hurt, and hurt. Let, and let. Put, and put. Okay, see the examples. Our car cost a lot of money, but it's always breaking down. Bad car. Rohan hurt himself in a scooter accident. They put on their jackets and went out. Okay, so you can see that all the three forms of these verbs are same. I like this group because nothing changes, everything same. Okay, let's move on to group 2. Here, what's the thing? The past simple form and past participle form are same, but the base form is different. Let's see. Example. Bring, brought, brought. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Teach, taught, taught. Get, got, got. Okay, so you're seeing base form is different, past simple and past participle forms are same. This is group 2. Move on to group 3. Base form and past participle form are same, but past simple form is different. See the examples. Come, came, come. Become, became, become. Run, ran, run. Okay, let's see the examples. He came back from the office and slept. Susan has become the managing director. The dog ran into the park. So these were the examples of group 3 irregular verbs. Let's move on to group 4 and see how they are. Base form, past simple, past participle. And here, just see. Base form, be. Past simple form, was or were. Past participle form, been. All three different. All the three forms are different from each other. Begin, began, begun. Break, broke, broken. Do, did, done. Drink, drank, drunk. So in group 4, all the three forms are different from each other. Let's see the examples now. The kids ate a lot of cakes in the party. They drove to the airport and left the car there. Has she taken her tickets? I have written a letter to the principal. We have seen how the regular verbs are formed and how the irregular verbs are formed. I'm going to leave the list of regular verbs and irregular verbs, of course not all, but the most important verbs in the description section. So you can download it or you can copy paste it and take a printout. Keep looking at them so that you learn them. Okay, so that was all about regular and irregular verbs. Now we are going to see when to use simple past tense. Okay, ready? Yes. Now the first situation, we use simple past tense for the actions that started in the past and completed in the past. I told you in the beginning. So again, it's a kind of revision for you. Okay, so the action that started in the past and completed in the past, we use simple past tense. The action started and completed can be yesterday, last month, last year, or even 500 years ago. So any action that started in the past, completed in the past is simple past tense. Simple. Right, let's look at the examples. He took an umbrella and went out because it was raining. Okay. He spoke to the lawyer about the case. I went to the market to buy vegetables. Okay. So that's a situation when we use simple past tense. Now look at the second situation. At a specific point of time, when you want to refer to an action that took place at a specific point of time, we use simple past tense. that specific time should be in the past, not now. It should be before now. Remember, anything that happens in the past. Let's see the example. They went to watch the movie yesterday. I purchased a camera last week. She got her house painted in December. We are specific about time, right? We are telling that last week, we are talking about Saturday, or we are talking about December, or we are talking about 2020. We are specific about time, and such situations require the use of simple past tense. Now the third situation, we use it to refer to the action that were repeated in the past. Actions that were repeated in the past, we use simple past tense. Let's see the example. We ate junk food almost every day in the last week. We went to the gym almost every day in the month of January. It rained every single day in the last fortnight. Right? Something that is happening repeatedly, but when in the past. So these are the three situations in which we use simple past tense. What is the first situation? Action started in the past, completed in the past. Second, at a specific point of time. Third, actions repeated in the past. Now let's see how to form sentences in simple past tense. Making sentences in simple past is really very simple. The reason is, along with all the subjects, that is all proper nouns and all pronouns, we use only one form of the verb, and that is past form of the verb. It is very simple. That's why the name is simple past tense. I taught, we taught, you taught, they taught, he taught, she taught, it taught, and Rajit taught. See, you have seen that all the verbs used are in one form, and that is past form of the verb. There is no change. It's same for all the subjects. What's the structure? Subject plus main form of the verb in past tense. Right? Now let's see how to make negative sentences. The structure of negative sentences is slightly different. We will see now. Subject plus did plus not plus basic form of the verb. Basic form of the verb. Listen to it carefully. It's not the past form of the verb. It's the basic form of the verb or the present form of the verb. Let's look at one positive sentence and then we will change it. I taught. Negative will become I did not teach. Okay? Look at the verb, it has changed. In the positive form it is taught, but in the negative form it has become teach, and we have added did. Did is the auxiliary verb. Let's see some more examples with different subjects. I taught, negative will be I did not teach. I didn't teach. You taught, you did not teach, you didn't teach. We taught, we did not teach, we didn't teach. They taught, they did not teach, they didn't teach. He taught, he did not teach, he didn't teach. She taught, she did not teach, she didn't teach. Rajit taught, Rajit did not teach, Rajit didn't teach. Now let's see how to make questions. Even here the structure is slightly different. Have a look at it. I taught. Did I teach? Auxiliary verb, subject, and basic form of the verb, present form of the verb, not the past form. The structure is this. So let's see. You taught. How will you make the question? Did you teach? We taught. Did we teach? They taught. Did they teach? He taught. Did he teach? She taught. Did she teach? Did Rajit taught? Did Rajit teach? And let's see how to answer them. We say, yes, she did, or no, she didn't. Did he teach? Yes, he did. No, he didn't. So it's like this. We say either yes, he did, or no, he didn't. So on and so forth. Now let's see how to make WH questions. When did they come? The structure is, first we are adding WH word, then we are adding the auxiliary verb did, after that subject, and then present form of the verb. When did she go? Where did she go? How did they go? Okay, so remember the structure. We are adding WH word, then we are adding did. What is did? Did is the auxiliary verb. After that we are adding subject, and then present form of the verb. Remember, whenever we are using did, the verb followed will always be in the present form or the basic form. Never ever say I did not taught, I did not came. It is always I did not teach, I did not come. After did, past form of the verb will never come. So remember this. Just for a kind of revision, we will take one base form of the verb and then try to change it into different aspects and also into simple past tense. Okay, so let's take the base form of the verb, that is write. I write, that is simple present. I am writing. What is it? It is present continuous tense. I have written, present perfect. I have been writing, present perfect continuous tense. Now, I wrote, that is simple past. That's all about simple past tense. Hope things are clear to you. Now you are thorough with simple past tense, I'm sure. Let us see. Take the test. I dash to my aunt's house after school. Which one is the correct choice? Go, gone, went. My brother dashed a cute puppy an hour ago. Seen, saw, sees. Dash you visit your grandmother last night? Did, are, does. I did not dash last weekend. Working, worked, work. Dash Rajan and Renu present at yesterday's party? Was, were, are. We dash not happy after the sad ending. Were, was, did. Dash you see Ajit's new house yesterday? Are, did, do. Sorry, I dash hear you at the door. Wasn't, didn't, am not. I dash Spanish for 2 years. Studying, study, studied. What dash you eat for dinner yesterday? Do, did, done. Okay, so take the test and check your answers in the description section. So that's all about simple past tense. Hope you all have understood how to use simple past tense. Now, in the next video, I'm going to teach you past continuous tense. You remember present tense had simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In the same way, past tense has simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So your next video will be about past continuous tense. Till then, goodbye. See you in the next video. If you like the video, do subscribe and share your video with your friends. because as I always tell you, when you share, you grow. Okay, bye bye, see you soon. Stay blessed, stay happy.